Hi everybody, I'm Jennifer and I'd like to share with you my experiences with the L16 camera. I ordered the camera 2 years ago, pre-ordered it, and received it in early November, so I've had about 2 months to practice shooting with it. I bought the camera as a standby for a much larger DSLR rig, which is the D800, and I use a standard 24-70 lens. So with a lens shade and then some of the other photos that I have, it's quite a heavy bit of equipment. So my hope was that I would find a camera to be kind of a stand-in for the DSLR, so that since I go on a number of trips out of the country, I've gone to a lot of places where if I lost the camera, the DSLR, it'd be very hard for me to replace it. So the LIGHT L16 seemed like a good option. However, it does, as a fill-in for a DSLR, it really has to be able to capture a lot of pixels. And this is something that LIGHT 16 really does very well. To work with if you enjoy manipulating your photographs in Photoshop or in Lightroom. And as someone who exhibits and prints rather large images, such as these, which are maybe 13 by 19, and which framed can be 22 by 28. If there are any kinds of pixels that are out of place and artifacts, then they're certainly going to show up on large print. So it really does have to be a camera that captures pixels, captures color, captures tone evenly. And I've been pretty surprised with the effectiveness of what, for many people, kind of looks like a cell phone, and to others looks a little bit like a brick when you're photographing. As a true test of the capability of this camera, I decided on a recent trip to Mexico that I would leave the big equipment home and that I would take only the L16. So as you can see, the only thing that I took with me is the L16 in the protective Utomic bumper, which gives you kind of a nice grip on it, a strap that I keep on all the time that is from Peak Design, and then just kind of stuff it in this, what looks like an oversized, and actually is an oversized Kindle sack. So this, I can't even tell you how much it weighs, maybe not even a pound. And then I will, for working on the street, I'll just stuff it into a purse, and I can actually carry this purse sort of like this, with my hand still in the strap, walking down the street. And then if there is something I want to take a picture of, it's very easy to take it out, just as easy as if it were a cell phone. The only other equipment that I had was a very short, packable, extendable backpacking tripod. And to be honest, I used it, I think, once Christmas morning for a family shot, because the L16 has a nice time release, so when we could jump into the shot and get in there at the same time. I was very happy with the results, and I'll show at the end a quick slideshow of some of the images. I think one of the advantages of having this very small profile camera is that you don't, as a photographer, present a real intimidating presence for your subjects. For example, I like to interact with my subjects rather than do the quick flyby, or whatever they call it, shoot by. And so in one example of a young boy who was sitting on the street selling skulls, I was able to go up to him with the camera and take a picture of the skulls while he's watching, and then show him the very clear image on the back, and just say, look, that's what it looks like. Now can I take a picture of you? And it sort of makes the interaction a little bit less hostile and a little less threatening. So as you can see with many of these shots, which I imported into Adobe Camera Raw and I processed in Photoshop, will this ever replace my handy massive DSLR? I don't think it'll replace it. I really do like looking through a viewfinder to take a picture, but I will say that since, as they say, the best camera is the one that you have with you, if you don't have this rig with you, you're still not going to get the shot. And if you can carry in your bag something that's going to take as many megapixels and almost as good a picture, then it really makes sense to have this as part of your camera bag.